I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, video games, and more, but also let's not forget about their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their set of live-action Star Wars TV series, as well as animated TV series that come on Disney+. This is Mike Zeroh. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Plus is that we do know that Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are really relying on this platform in order to really kind of give this to the fans to really look forward to, especially for the Star Wars brand. That's essentially what they're trying to do, is that they're trying to evolve the brand to become as successful, if not more successful, than the MCU, which, by the way, I think is going to be a very difficult task to really complete. It all really does, in fact, depend on how the fans actually react to these new Star Wars stories that will be coming out in the years to come. You know, one in particular that a lot of fans are really invested in is The Mandalorian Season 2 and Season 3, and the Ahsoka Tano TV series, and let's not forget about the Kenobi TV show, due for release in 2022, in case you guys have not been filled in. It won't be released until 2022. Now, one project in particular that a lot of fans are very intrigued about is, of course, one of the CG animated series that's going to serve as a sequel to The Rise of Skywalker that is currently being developed by Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, George Lucas, you name it. As I like to call them, FFL or LFF, whatever have you, choose the acronym that you will. That's what I like to call them. So, with that being said, what's really intriguing about all of this is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that currently both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are hard at work on developing a brand new Star Wars universe that will bring the fans into a new mythology of the franchise. Currently, Disney has over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the early development phase in order to create a library's worth of Star Wars material, one of which is described to be the Rise of Skywalker sequel series for Disney Plus that will be in animated form and is actually said to be the untitled CG animated series that is getting ready to be officially announced sometime next year in 2021. Currently, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and George Lucas are all developing stories for the new sequel series that will introduce the revival of both Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker to face Palpatine once again in the form of a dark acolyte that will be controlled by Palpatine's Sith spirit. Now, it's explained that one of the main story elements of the sequel series is set to unveil new powers by Darth Sidious and bring back the worlds between worlds of the Star Wars universe, a realm that was first introduced in Star Wars Rebels. Now, this plan by Lucasfilm is to essentially make Palpatine more powerful than ever before, and to also reverse the concept that Rey became the Chosen One in Episode 9. Now, George Lucas is said to want to have both father and son, Anakin and Luke, to work together as a team to destroy Palpatine and the Sith once for all. Not just that, but also the sequel series will introduce Sith Lords of the past in spirit form that will be unveiled. One of the major Sith Lord spirits to play a role in this series is the Sith spirit of Darth Plagueis that will be introduced to the Star Wars universe. Director J.J. Abrams already set up the idea that all of the Sith spirits were a part of Palpatine in Episode 9, now in the series that will be shown visually to the fans to enjoy. It's known that also the two new Skywalkers, Zane and Kira Skywalker, will share a similar Force bond to that of Rey and Kylo Ren from the sequel trilogy, and that George wants to actually make some changes to how Force bonds will be used, and wants to introduce the power called flow walking that allows one to interact with aspects of the past. This is said to be a big plan by Lucas, Favreau, and Filoni in order to take advantage of Star Wars Legends material to come back into the Star Wars Disney canon. Now, additionally, George Lucas is actually going to introduce a brand new galaxy in the series that will introduce a brand new foe in the series that will combat against Rey's new Jedi Order and her children, with Finn becoming a Jedi and Poe Dameron becoming a lead politician of the New Republic. So, say what you will about Disney, but they seem to be very ambitious right now. They really seem to be on their A-game here. They're really trying to get things going again. And I really do have to give them credit, at the very least, right? Whether this is out of a phase of damage control or desperation, whatever have you, Regardless, I think that things are really shaping up for the best, and I think that The Mandalorian Season 2 is a prime example of that already exists. You know, we're getting a lot of our fan-favorite Clone Wars characters coming in live-action form, of all things. That's a great step in the right direction in my book. Now, the thing that really does stick out to me the most is the fact that they will be introducing Sith spirits of the past in the sequel series of The Rise of Skywalker that's going to be in CG animated form. The actual animation style is said to be somewhat similar to the cutscenes of what we saw in Battlefront 2 or the old Republic video games back in the days, right? So that's going to be different in comparison to the CG animated series like the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Resistance, right? It's going to be far different. And that, to me, I think is another big plus. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.